In this video, we're going to discuss the very important concept of orthogonality of two vectors. So this is a feature that two vectors could possibly possess. And we're going to say that two vectors u and v are orthogonal if their dot product is 0. If my vectors u and v truly are vectors that are non-zero in length, when I say that they are orthogonal to each other, that means that the angle between them is pi over 2 because the cosine of pi over 2 is 0, and that makes the dot product 0. So you should be thinking about vectors being perpendicular to one another or at right angles to one another if we draw them starting at the same point. And so for non-zero vectors, that just means they form a right angle. 0, the 0 vector, is orthogonal to every vector. If you take the 0 vector for u or v, you will always get 0 because the length of the 0 vector is 0, making the dot product 0. Let's look at an example. I'm going to take u to be the vector 1, minus 2, 3. I'm going to take v to be the vector 2, 4, and c. And c is just some unknown. I don't know what that third component is, or rather, we're going to play with the value of it and see if we can make these two vectors orthogonal. So the first thing we're going to do here is take their dot product. I'm going to go 1 times 2 plus minus 2 times 4 plus 3 times c, I guess, so plus 3 times c. And so their dot product is minus 6 plus 3c. If I want to make u and v orthogonal, I need the dot product to equal 0, and that happens when 3c is equal to 6. So the only value of c that will make these two vectors orthogonal is when c is equal to 2. So that means if I take the vector v to be 2, 4, and now c being 2, so 2, 4, 2, this vector is going to be orthogonal to the vector u that I started with 1, minus 2, and 3. These are two non-zero vectors in space, and if I draw them starting at the same point, they will form a right angle to one another.